Okay everyone, first oil change after the Dorman bottom half aluminum pan replacement. Just pulled off my, I call it an insulating shield. If you know, you know. But anyhow, I already kind of got a peek, went to get another light. Bone dry. So this is right at 5,000 miles, just a few, maybe 20 miles under, but everything looks good. I did see someone complaining about the oil drain plug, and as you can see, you're gonna have to remove this cover because that's right in the way. If it wasn't 100 degrees out today, I'd probably take that cover off and notch it right there. But I'm not gonna do all that. I'll just pull these bolts out of that skid plate, just drop it down real quick and get the oil drain. But you know, I've had people ask on my original video, hey, did you use silicone? I didn't use any silicone. All I used was the gasket that's integrated into that pan. Everything's looking great. Happy as can be, because last time this whole area through there was all covered in oil from that old pan leaking. So nope, real happy with it. Everything looks good. At 95,000 miles now, so I'll get this taken off here and get this oil drain. I wish I would have done a little more in-depth video last time. You know, I talked about what I did. Of course, I took sway bar, took those two supports, those U-bolts, or U-clamp with bolts, swung that down. Of course, this little cross member here, took that out of the way, took the skid plate off naturally. And the trick that you got to do is you got to drop that front differential down on the one side, so it drops. And there's a bolt right up in there. That bolt to your drive shaft, that I think it was 18 millimeter, don't quote me, it might have been 21. But yeah, that bolt's got to come out. And then there was one other bolt, that one there with the triangular keeper on it, whatever you want to call that, lock. And then that front differential drops down enough where you can get the front of that pan up there and get those 8 millimeter out. And then I had to drop the transmission cooler. I think it was like 10 millimeters. Now I didn't unplumb it or anything. I just loosened it from these bolts. There's two bolts up here in the front, one there, one there. I believe there was one over here. Yep, one up here. Man, I just dropped that thing down. It gave me a couple inches. Got the oil pan right out. It's really easy. But the key parts to that job are front differential, transmission cooler. Everything else is pretty easy after that. Hope this helps. But 5,000 mile review on the oil pan, bone dry. That was the goal. All right, that oil comes out fast, super fast. But that was the other thing with this pan, was you're not leaving that residual oil in the back of it like the old one. Of course, I would be mindful that oil is very hot, especially when it's 100 plus degrees out here today. So, but yeah, I had to move that skid plate. I'll end up notching it, but that'll work.